Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to continue to take a look at Black Series 6-inch figures from Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. And in today's review we're going to take a look at the very cool Captain Cassian Andor. Now this particular figure does depict Cassian Andor in his Eadu outfit, and while I'm a huge fan of the 3 3/4 inch version, this one knocks it out of the park. The accessories on this guy are fantastic, the overall figure is just phenomenal, and I'm a huge fan of this one, and in many ways it's one of the standout figures in my opinion from the Rogue One Black Series figures. So we're going to take a look at this one in more detail in just a little bit. Before we do that, as always, let's take a quick look at the packaging that he comes in. Once again, nothing too Rogue One specific about this packaging. We've just got the standard Black Series look to it with the logo at the top and some very cool artwork down in the bottom corner. On the back of the box, you've got the number in the series, the Black Series logo once again, and a description of the character. So that is the packaging for this figure. And the figure itself is phenomenal. As I mentioned, I'm a huge fan of the 3 3/4 inch release that I gave you a look at in a previous review. That should pop up on screen somewhere for you to check out if you haven't done so already. But this figure, he just takes the 3 3/4 inch release, increases the scale, increases the articulation, and just increases the awesome. It's an awesome figure. Just everything about this one is superb, and I love the way that Hasbro have handled it. Now, as I alluded to in my review on the 3 3/4 inch release, if you're looking for a figure of Cassian Andor with removable headgear, this is the one to get, as you can completely remove this headgear. I'll give you a look at that in just a little bit. Firstly, we'll run through articulation, as there is plenty to go through with the 6-inch figures. Firstly, he does have a ball joint and a hinge at the neck, so he can look all around, up and down. He has hinges at the shoulders and elbows, hinges at the wrists, a ball joint at the torso, ball hinges at the hips, double joints in the knees, and double joints and a pivot at the ankle. In terms of accessories, he comes with his trademark blaster pistol, which, as you can see, has some far superior details and paint applications to the 3 3/4 inch version. And this blaster pistol can be stored inside a holster attached to Cassian Andor's leg. Once again, like with Jyn Erso, there is a strap that can disconnect from the holster, and that allows you to place the blaster inside and seal it into place, like so. Also, he comes with a blaster rifle, which looks to be a modified version of the Rebel blasters seen in Episode 4, A New Hope. As you can see, the blaster design itself is very similar, although like with the E11 Stormtrooper rifles, you do have this laser sight attached to the barrel, which is very cool. One thing I would have liked to have seen is maybe this blaster painted in black with a silver barrel, obviously just so it looks a little bit more like the blasters seen in A New Hope, although I've yet to see this blaster in Rogue One, so for all I know that could be accurate, but regardless, it's a nice sculpt, the detail is very nice, and it's very cool to see a Rebel blaster finally included in the 6-inch scale. And as you can see, Cassian Andor does hold it very, very well. Now, in addition to those blasters, as I mentioned, he does come with removable headgear as well. Once again, heavily inspired by the Hoth Rebel Troopers from The Empire Strikes Back. So you've got the goggles attached to the front, the communicator on the side, and obviously the rest of the outfit reflects those troopers as well. The headgear itself can be removed. It's made of a very soft and durable plastic, which is always good. And the head sculpt underneath is, again, it's decent. I don't think it quite looks like Diego Luna. It kind of depends which angle you get it in. From the side, yeah, I guess it does look a little bit like him. But from the front, don't know. Kind of got a Sylvester Stallone look to him, in my opinion. But a decent likeness nonetheless. As you can see, the paint applications are nicely done as well. You've got the 5 o'clock shadow up the cheeks, you've got the goatee on the face as well. Just a very cool head sculpt. Again, far surpasses the 3 3/4 inch release in my opinion. Everything about this figure is very cool. He's a great sidekick to Jyn Erso from this line as well. So if you've got that figure and you want to complete the Rogue One team, this is obviously a worthy addition to the collection. Detail though stands out on its own, and this definitely is not a figure to be overlooked. I can imagine a lot of people sort of glazing over this one to pick up figures such as the Death Trooper or K2SO, but for me this is a standout figure, a definite highlight of the Rogue One line, and a highlight of the 6-inch scale itself. It just really brings a lot of detail to the table. Really nice figure all round, and I'm a big fan of it. So big hats off goes out to Hasbro, or in this case, hats on. And I hope you've enjoyed having a look at this figure. As always, if you want to purchase this guy for yourself, there's a link down below in the video description where you can do so. And again, I highly recommend that you pick this one up. He's a great figure, not to be missed. So that is going to do it for Cassian Andor from the Black Series 6-inch line. I hope I've covered all the details of this figure. Obviously, you have extra sculpted details around the outfit, but in terms of the essentials, I think they've just about been covered. Once again, great figure, highly recommended, and I'll be back to give you a look at some more figures very soon. So until then, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.